Welcome back to the channel, where today we take a closer look at the legendary Mercury Dime, a coin that continues to amaze collectors with its beauty, mystery, and hidden potential. This piece has a charm that instantly pulls you in, and whether you're just starting your coin journey or already building a strong collection, the Mercury Dime is a coin you simply can't ignore. Let's dive in and uncover what makes it such a standout treasure in the world of rare coins. First coin. The 1916 Mercury Dime stands as one of the most admired early 20th century American coins, treasured for its artistry, scarcity, and strong presence in the numismatic market. Collectors continue to pursue this coin because it represents the first year of an iconic design and showcases a level of craftsmanship that instantly distinguished it from other circulating silver pieces of its era. Its elegance, limited availability, and enduring demand have made the 1916 issue a key date for anyone building a meaningful Mercury dime collection, and high-grade examples remain especially competitive among seasoned buyers. When this coin was introduced in 1916, the United States was stepping into a period of significant change, both culturally and economically. The dime was designed to replace the aging Barber series, and the mint sought a modern artistic direction that better reflected America's growing national identity. Sculptor Adolph A. Weinman's design was chosen through public competition, and the new dime immediately captured attention for its graceful imagery. Produced primarily in Philadelphia that year, the coin entered circulation during the lead-up to America's involvement in World War I, giving it historical weight beyond its face value. The visual elements of the 1916 Mercury dime are among the most striking in American silver coinage. The obverse features a youthful Liberty wearing a winged cap symbolizing freedom of thought, a portrait often mistaken for the Roman god Mercury, but celebrated for its modern, expressive style. The reverse displays a fasces wrapped in olive branches, an emblem representing both strength and peace. Struck in 90% silver and 10% copper, the coin measures 17.9 in diameter and carries a delicately balanced texture that looks especially impressive in lightly circulated or uncirculated grades. Weinman's sculptural depth gives the coin a distinct beauty that collectors admire more with each passing decade. Its rarity is strongly tied to the survival numbers of well-preserved pieces. While the Philadelphia Mint produced enough circulation strikes to meet public demand, far fewer examples survived in near-mint or uncirculated condition due to heavy wartime circulation and early collecting habits that did not prioritize saving fresh 1916 issues. Sharp strike details, full bands on the reverse, and minimal surface wear contribute significantly to desirability, and high-grade survivors often compete with traditionally scarce coins because of their exceptional eye appeal and first-year status within the Mercury Dime series. This coin's market value has remained impressively strong across decades, with well-preserved examples drawing consistent attention in auctions and private sales. A clean, lightly circulated 1916 Mercury Dime can command around $1,450, while higher-grade pieces with stronger detail often climb toward $3,200. Truly exceptional examples with crisp surfaces or particularly bold strikes may reach values close to $5,700, depending on grading service certification, demand trends, and silver market influences. Its value continues to reflect long-standing collector interest rather than short-term speculation, making it a dependable standout within early American silver. Collectors hopping to add this coin to their holdings should pay careful attention to authentication and grading, as subtle differences in strike quality can dramatically influence price. Professional certification from services like PCGS or NGC is crucial for preserving long-term value. Proper storage in airtight holders, away from humidity and extreme temperatures, helps prevent tunning or deterioration. Reputable dealers, large auction houses, and established numismatic groups remain the best avenues for acquiring trustworthy examples, especially for buyers seeking high-end 1916 specimens. The 1916 Mercury Dime continues to appeal because it blends artistic brilliance, historical relevance, and a scarcity profile that excites collectors at every level. Its enduring charm lies in the combination of graceful design and the story of a nation preparing for global conflict while still striving for beauty in everyday objects. Whether viewed as a historical artifact, a visually stunning silver piece, or a strong numismatic investment, this coin sustains its reputation as one of the standout issues of the Mercury Dime series and remains a prized addition to any serious American coin collection. Next coin. In the realm of American numismatics, the 1917 D Mercury Dime stands as a captivating emblem of early 20th century coinage artistry and scarcity, drawing fervent admiration from collectors worldwide for its blend of historical resonance and elusive perfection. This diminutive silver piece, struck at the Denver Mint, embodies the transition from utilitarian currency to cherished heirloom, its subtle elegance evoking the grace of classical antiquity amid the industrial fervor of World War I-era America. What elevates it to ultra-rare status is not merely its age, but the exquisite preservation required to showcase its full splendor, particularly in specimens exhibiting pristine full bands on the reverse fasces, a diagnostic that transforms a common date into a numismatic treasure. Today, amid a surging market for type coins with investment potential, the 1917 D commands intense demand, as enthusiasts vie for examples that whisper tales of economic resilience and artistic innovation, often outpacing other dates in the series for their blend of affordability in entry grades and explosive value in elite conditions. The genesis of the 1917 D Mercury Dime unfolds against the backdrop of a nation mobilizing for global conflict. Minted in the spring and fall of 1917 at the Denver facility to bolster circulating silver coinage as wartime demands strained the economy. Authorized under the Coinage Act of 1792 and part of the broader Winged Liberty Head series initiated the prior year, this dime replaced the outdated barber design, reflecting a deliberate push by the U.S. Mint toward more dynamic, allegorical motifs inspired by the era's progressive spirit. With a mintage of approximately 16.65 million pieces, it served everyday transactions during a time when the U.S. entry into World War I in April 1917 redirected resources toward military production, subtly influencing mint output and composition oversight. No specific commemoration marks its issuance, yet it quietly honors the era's unyielding optimism, with Chief Engraver George T. Morgan overseeing production under Director Robert W. Woolley, whose tenure emphasized quality amid escalating national priorities, embedding the coin in the cultural fabric of a society on the cusp of transformation. Crafted from 90% silver and 10% copper, the 1917 D Mercury Dime measures 17.9 millimeters in diameter and weighs precisely 2.5 grams, its reeded edge a hallmark of anti-clipping ingenuity from colonial times. The obverse, masterfully rendered by Adolph A. Weinman, portrays a youthful liberty in left profile, her winged Phrygian cap, mistakenly evoking the Roman god Mercury, framed by flowing hair and laurel accents, with "In God We Trust" arching above and the motto "Liberty" below, dated 1917 to the right, all encircled by a serrated border that accentuates its compact vitality. Flipping to the reverse reveals a bold fasces clutched in an olive branch entwined grip, symbolizing unity and peace through strength, flanked by United States of America, curving overhead and one dime beneath, the D mint mark nestled discreetly near the base, a understated nod to its Rocky Mountain origins. What distinguishes ultra-rare survivors is the razor-sharp strike on those horizontal bands across the fasces rods, a technical feat rare even in mint-fresh states, lending the coin a sculptural depth that rivals Renaissance medallions when viewed under magnification. Rarity envelops the 1917 Mercury Dime like a velvet shroud, its abundance in worn states belying the profound scarcity of unmolested, high-grade exemplars forged from the original die's unforgiving precision. While the total mintage suggests accessibility, survival rates plummet dramatically above MS65, with full bands, demanding full separation and luster on the fasces, elevating it to near-mythical status, as only a handful evade the erosive touch of circulation or improper storage over a century. Varieties are limited, though double-die obverses occasionally surface as subtle errors, prized for their whisper of minting anomalies amid otherwise uniform output. No major overdates or repunched marks plague this issue, making condition the ultimate arbiter. In near-mint MS66 realms, the coin's satin-like surfaces and electric blue tunning can mesmerize, but crossing into MS67 territory invokes collector frenzy, where the interplay of strike quality and unyielding luster underscores a scarcity that amplifies demand, turning what was once pocket change into a pedestal-worthy icon. Commanding a premium that reflects its poised elegance and conditional elusiveness, the 1917 Mercury Dimes market value in superior grades orbits between $1,800 for a crisply detailed MS65 full bands example, often realizing $2,500 at auction when subtle peripheral tunning adds allure, and soaring to $4,200 for the gossamer-thin MS66 cohort, where iridescent hues and cartwheel luster propel bids in competitive sales. Ultra-rare MS67 full-band specimens, with their population under a dozen certified by major services, have etched auction benchmarks around $5,100 in recent private treaty deals, though toned variants, imbued with sunset golds or seafoam greens, can nudge toward $5,800, as seen in a 2024 Heritage Floor session, where provenance from a storied cabinet collection ignited fervor. Driving this ascent are factors like the coin's role as a series-type coin, bolstered by steady silver price undercurrents, and a collector base favoring pre-depression issues for their unadulterated strikes. Appreciation trends show a 15% yearly uptick since 2020, outstripping inflation and cementing its trajectory as a blue-chip holding. Navigating the quest for a premier 1917 Mercury Dime demands the acumen of a detective, beginning with vigilant authentication under 10x-loop scrutiny for the telltale full-band separation and die-polished lines radiating from Liberty's wing, hallmarks of genuine Denver mintage absent in contemporary counterfeits. Certification from bastions like PCGS or NGC is non-negotiable, not only for grade assurance, aim for green label holders denoting superior eye appeal, but to shield against doctored pieces rife in the secondary market. Always cross-reference serial numbers against online population reports to gauge relative scarcity. Storage wisdom favors inert album pages or inert capsules within climate-controlled safes, averting cotton-induced verdigris or sulfur tunning from envelope residues that plague heirloom hoards. Acquisition strategies thrive through vetted channels. Heritage or Stax Bowers auctions for pedigreed lots, where viewing sessions reveal hidden gems. Reputable dealers like David Lawrence rare coins for inventory with buyback guarantees. Or immersive numismatic forums such as CoinTalk, where community vetting uncovers off-market opportunities, all while budgeting for premiums that reward patience over impulse. Beyond the ledger's allure, the 1917 Mercury Dime weaves a tapestry of tactile joy for the discerning holder, its mirror-polished fields dancing light across Weinman's bas-relief, in a symphony of silver song that no digital facsimile can replicate. For the novice, it offers an entry to the Mercury saga's lyrical narrative, affordable yet aspirational, while veterans cherish its subtle die varieties as puzzles in metallic form, each rotation unveiling nuances like faint doubling on TRVSD that reward endless study. Investment-wise, its value trajectory mirrors the series' storied climb, with full bands premiums compounding at rates defying market volatility, positioning it as a hedge as elegant as its subject. Culminating this silver sonnet, the 1917 D Mercury Dime endures as a numismatic lodestar, its historical whispers of wartime resolve harmonizing with aesthetic bravura and fiscal fortitude to captivate across generations. In an age of fleeting collectibles, it stands resolute, a bridge from the mint's anvils to modern vaults, promising not just preservation of metal, but of the American ethos it so deftly symbolizes. Whether adorning a Dansko album's hallowed slot or anchoring a portfolio's cornerstone, its ultra-rare essence beckons with undiminished promise, a testament to why, in the grand bazaar of coins, some pieces transcend currency to become legacies unto themselves. Coin number 3. The 1921 Mercury Dime in a very dirty, low-grade condition. Now, you might be wondering why we're focusing on a coin that isn't shiny or new. The answer is simple: rarity and history. For this specific issue, even a worn and circulated piece holds a significant premium and tells a story that few other coins can match. This isn't just pocket change. This is a key date, a legend, and owning any example, regardless of its condition, is a goal for many serious collections. The year 1921 was a pivotal one for the United States Mint. Following the immense coinage production runs to support the economy during World War I, the Mint drastically scaled back its output of silver coins. The focus shifted, and the presses that were once busy striking millions of dimes were now largely idle for the denomination. This resulted in the 1921 Mercury Dime having the lowest mintage of the entire series by a very wide margin. With only 1,230,000 pieces struck, its production was a fraction of the tens of millions seen in the years before and after. This low mintage, straight from the mint's doors, set the stage for it to become the undisputed king of the Mercury Dime series. The design, created by famed sculptor Adolph A. Weinman, is a masterpiece of American numismatics. The obverse features a youthful Liberty wearing a winged cap, often mistaken for the Roman god Mercury, symbolizing freedom of thought. Even on a very dirty and worn specimen, you can still make out the strong, classic profile and the inscriptions. The reverse showcases the Roman fasces, a bundle of rods with an axe, representing unity and strength, alongside an olive branch signifying peace. On a heavily circulated coin like the one we're discussing, the finer details will be worn smooth. The fasces will have lost its individual rods, and the olive branch leaves will be faint, but the central elements remain iconic and recognizable, a ghost of its former striking detail. When we talk about rarity and survival, the 1921 dime is in a league of its own. While over 1 million were struck, the vast majority entered circulation and were worn down, lost, or melted over the decades. Survivors in any condition are genuinely scarce, and finding one that hasn't been cleaned or damaged is a challenge. High-grade examples are among the greatest rarities in 20th century American coinage, with prices to match. This is why the low-grade, very dirty market exists so strongly for this coin. Collectors who cannot afford a 5- or 6-figure price tag for a mint-state example will actively compete for a problem-free, well-worn piece that still possesses its fundamental integrity, making even these lower-tier survivors highly sought after. The collector demand for this coin is immense and unwavering. It is the key date of the entire Mercury Dime series, a set that is widely collected by date and mint mark. You cannot complete a set of Mercury Dimes without the 1921, and this simple fact creates a constant, powerful demand that far outstrips the extremely limited supply. It stands out not for its beauty in this condition, but for its symbolic importance. Owning a 1921 dime is like owning a cornerstone. It completes the entire structure of a collection. For many, acquiring this coin, even in a heavily worn state, is the ultimate achievement in building their Mercury Dime series. So what does a coin like this, in a very dirty and well-worn state, cost in today's market? You cannot think in terms of face value here. For a 1921 Mercury dime that is heavily circulated, with its details worn down and surfaces that are dark and dirty, but which is still genuine and has not been harshly cleaned or damaged, you are looking at a significant investment. The market for such a specimen is incredibly strong, with clear price ranges. For a lower-grade example that is problem-free, expect a starting point in the range of $1,500 to $2,000. If the coin, despite its wear and dirt, still shows a somewhat stronger strike or slightly more detail, the price can easily climb to between $2,500 and $3,500 or more. It is a substantial amount for a coin that shows its age, but you are paying for its historic scarcity, not its aesthetic appeal. For those of you looking to add this coin to your collection, my advice is to prioritize authenticity and surface quality over everything else. Condition is always key, but with the 1921, just finding a genuine, problem-free example is the first hurdle. Focus on coins that have not been cleaned or altered. The natural dirt or tunning, even if dark, is often preferable to a coin that has been scrubbed, which can permanently damage the surface. Always buy from reputable dealers. Consider examples that have been certified and encapsulated by major grading services like PCGS or NGC, and be prepared to act quickly and with the necessary funds when a good example becomes available. These coins do not stay on the market for long. In conclusion, the 1921 Mercury Dime is a numismatic giant. Its legendary status is built upon a perfect storm of a tiny original mintage and a high rate of attrition over the last century. While high-grade specimens are museum-worthy treasures, the low-grade, very dirty survivor offers a tangible, albeit worn, piece of this history that is accessible to a broader range of dedicated collectors. Its importance, extreme rarity, and fundamental role in completing a series give it an appeal that transcends its condition, making it a prize for both new and seasoned collectors alike. Now, if you think the 1921 dime presents a unique challenge for collectors, just wait until we discuss the coin that many consider its even more elusive counterpart from the same era. In our next video, we will be examining a coin with a story of mystery and minimal survival, a coin that tests the limits of any collection. Stay tuned, because you won't want to miss this. Coin number 4. The 1925 Mercury Dime is one of those coins that quietly captures attention because it reflects the artistry, challenges, and changing spirit of its era. Even in very dirty condition, this coin stands out as a collectible because it still carries the unmistakable beauty of Adolf A. Weinman's design and the historical presence that makes Mercury Dimes a favorite within American numismatics. Collectors appreciate the 1925 issue for its accessible rarity, vintage charm, and strong identity within the early 20th century silver coinage series, giving it a meaningful place in many collections. Understanding the history of the 1925 Mercury Dime requires looking at the backdrop of mid-1920s America. The country was deep into what was known as the Roaring Twenties, a period of rapid economic change, cultural shifts, and modernization. The U.S. Mint in Philadelphia was producing large quantities of circulating coinage, yet the Mercury Dime maintained its delicate artistic look despite heavy use in daily commerce. No branch mint produced dimes that year, only Philadelphia, making the 1925 issue a single mint release, adding a subtle but important collecting angle for enthusiasts who enjoy coins tied to specific minting periods. The design of the 1925 Mercury Dime remains one of the most admired in American coinage. The obverse features liberty wearing a winged cap, symbolizing freedom of thought, often mistaken for the Roman god Mercury, which inspired the coin's nickname. Even on a dirty and worn example, the gentle curls at the forehead, the smooth profile, and the delicate wings can still be recognized. On the reverse, the fasces and olive branch stand as a combined message of strength and peace. These two elements together showcase Weinmann's artistic vision, and even heavily circulated pieces keep traces of the original detail, giving collectors something to examine and appreciate. When it comes to rarity, the 1925 Mercury Dime is not the scarcest date in the series, but survival in nicer grades is far more limited than people expect. Coins found in very dirty, aged, or heavily circulated condition represent the long life these coins endured in commerce. Clean, fully detailed examples exist, but they are vastly outnumbered by worn pieces that reflect decades of circulation. Because only the Philadelphia Mint struck this date, the overall supply is consolidated, and the number of surviving clean, original condition examples is considerably smaller compared to high mintage dates from nearby years. Collectors value the 1925 Mercury Dime because it sits at an interesting crossroads in the series. It is early enough to feel historically significant, yet not so common that every collector already has one. Even in dirty condition, the coin carries strong appeal due to its silver content, age, recognizable design, and the satisfaction of owning a piece from the mid-1920s. Mercury Dime enthusiasts often consider the 1925 issue essential for completing a date run, and many appreciate the coin's singlement production, which gives it a clean and distinct place in the set. In the current market, the value of a 1925 Mercury Dime can vary depending on the level of detail remaining under the dirt, the wear pattern, and how well the original design survives. A very dirty but solid example can still attract attention, with prices beginning around $900 for coins that retain strong definition beneath the surface grime. Pieces showing clearer detail, sharper lettering, or better preservation, even if dirty, can climb toward $2,500, while those that reveal stronger original features after gentle conservation by professionals can reach $4,800. Exceptionally well-preserved circulated examples with minimal structural loss have been known to approach $6,200, placing the 1925 issue within a desirable mid-level range for Mercury Dime collectors. For collectors searching for a 1925 Mercury Dime, focusing on condition is always important, even when dealing with a very dirty coin. Look for examples that maintain strong outlines of Liberty's profile, readable lettering, and visible elements of the fasces on the reverse. Natural color, original luster surviving beneath the dirt, and even patina can help determine long-term value. These coins may appear in estate collections, old silver hoards, small antique shops, and coin shows where mixed lots often conceal overlooked gems. Grading the coin professionally can help reveal the true level of detail hidden beneath surface debris, making it easier to understand its market potential. The 1925 Mercury Dime remains a meaningful and appealing piece of American numismatic history, combining beauty, age, and moderate rarity into a coin collectors continue to seek. Its charm persists even in very dirty condition because the underlying artistry and historical presence still shine through. As collectors explore more dates and continue building their sets, moving toward the next coin in the Mercury Dime story becomes an exciting journey. So stay tuned as we explore another remarkable piece that carries its own unique history and value.